Hi all. So this is Kaggle.com. So I have done some project which is related to crime data. So we have data from South Africa, and it is from 2004 to 2015. So we can see the data below. So we have some shape files and CSV files. So we need to draw conclusions by analyzing this data. So I just downloaded this data in my folder and have done the basic project according to me, which is right. So I have seen the discussion and code part. So they have also done their in their own way. So we just see what I did. So I just downloaded this data and it's there in my folder. So I'll just import few packages like GeoPandas, NumPy, Pandas, and some other packages which are helpful. So let me just execute this. So apart from this, I've also imported the Earth Engine package, which is used to do some geospatial visualization. So for that purpose, I need to initialize that. So it takes a bit of time to initialize. So once it gets initialized, uh, we are here to read the API token from ORS, openrouteservices.com, which is used for getting the geocode for place names. So we can do the same thing with GeoPandas, but I prefer doing this way because it's more convenient. So let me just execute this. So here we have a small function that returns the coordinate values given a place name. So it deals with requests and getting the data, JSON data, and extracting the coordinates. So here you can see the small, like basic function here. So we'll just execute this and we'll straight away read the data sets. So these are the three files which I'm reading. So this is the CSV file and this is the another CSV file. And we have also shape file. So I just passed my path to read the data. So here for this two, I'm reading with pandas, and for this one, I'm doing that with GeoPandas. So because GeoPandas can handle shape files. So we'll just execute this and we can see the top 5 rows with the head method. So we are having this data. Like we have the province, which is nothing but we can think of it as a state. So South Africa has around like 9 states, if I'm not wrong. Let me let me just check that. So here we have. So we'll come to that. We'll come to that. So here we have data for 2000, like we have data columns here for years, uh, 2005 to 2016. I guess it's supposed to be from 2004 to 2015, but anyhow, it's fine. So yeah, here I'm doing some changes here because column values contains capital letters. So I'm just converting that into title case. So it's a small data manipulation technique using apply methods. And here I'm again checking the shapes to see the size of the data. Yeah, population province. South Africa contains 9 states. And here we have data of crimes and police stations, if I'm not wrong. And apart from this data, which is available from these websites, I also got additional data, additional shape files to kind of visualize states and countries and districts on the map. And that data, again, I'm limiting to South Africa. So I just got the data from this website and I'm reading it with GeoPandas. So, so districts is a large data set. It contains a set of polygons. So we have this data. So name 0 corresponds to the continent, country, and the name 1 corresponds to province or state. And likewise, we have other columns. So this each province, so this is a state, and if I'm not wrong, this is the district. So this polygon geometry here corresponds to this district. Likewise, it continues. So we'll just take n. So we are dropping few columns which are nan values, and so again we are removing all the nan values. So first we are dropping 2 columns and then removing other nan values row wise. And now if you check the head of the district's data, so we remain with other columns other than these 2 which we removed. So I'm just taking now the country's data and the state's data of South Africa and converting that into Earth Engine object. So I'm doing that with the help of GMAP package, which is an amazing package to visualize geospatial data. So I already imported that. So I'm converting country and the states data into EE object, Earth Engine object. So it's very simple. You just need to pass your GeoPandas data frame. And it works. Now, because we want to visualize on the map, we need to also get the center coordinate. So I want the center coordinate to be at South Africa. So using this function which we just executed, I'm passing the place name as South Africa to get the coordinate values. And this is again used for centering the map. So by default, geocode, I think it takes as longitude and latitude. So we want to reverse it to get latitude and longitude. So here I'm reversing it. Now when we visualize the countries and the states data, we can see the pattern which follows like below. So it just takes some time to get the interactive map. And here we have. So this is the outer layer. The outer layer is nothing but the country, and the inner ones, they are the states. So again, you can play with this by just unpicking some certain layers. So this is the country and this is the states. So you can just play with this. So again, this GMAP has all the features for dealing with maps and visualization for geospatial data. So later on, I'm doing some data merging. So I'm merging the population province data with states. So we already loaded the data. So I'm just doing some data cleaning and then straight away merging it. So I'm removing some extra, like if there's a hyphen in the data, replace that with the slash. So I'm doing that with a single line code using apply. So it's after that I'm just merging with the merge method of pandas, and this is how I'm merging it. So there's a column called province. So I'm trying to merge SA states with population province data on this column at the right side. So it just works like magic. And so once we merge it, I'm again setting the index of the data to province. So you can check the result below. So once it gets executed, so we can have a look. Yeah. So we have got province as a index, and we have population, area, density as columns along with geometry. So this is our geodata frame, and we can do plotting, taking the geometry column and we can plot it. So GeoPandas gives you a nice plot, but we'll try to do it with GMap. Okay. So first thing, we'll just do some data visualization to get some sense how data is all about. So I'm just taking the province data and I'm plotting with population. So you can see how the population is ranging in different states. We can take this same thing and visualize it in the form of a choropleth map. So GMap has everything set. So just load the map and using a choropleth function from IPy leaflet, you can add this layer to GMap object M. It's very simple. So we can visualize it and we can see the plot here. So the higher ones indicate, the higher color, darker color indicate that the population is high in that area, and the lower slight light color indicates the opposite. So we can get the idea of on the map, like how the population is ranging in different states. And so I'm just listing the different categories of crimes. So here we have crimes, a set of crimes here, like murder, common assault, and likewise we have several categories. So I didn't analyze all the crimes that we have, but I wrote a function that can, wherein you can pass the type of the crime and you can get the results accordingly. So we'll see how it can be implemented. Crimes, single crimes reported per station in a selected province and year. So this is a statement we have. So for this, for solving this, I have written a function here, which can get the data from a selected province and the year that you specify. So there's some data filtration happening inside, and data visualization is shown accordingly. So here I'm just having a helper function, and after that I'm having another function which plots the occurrence of the crimes reported per station in the province. So here we have, so let me just execute it to show you how it works. So I want to see the occurrence of like number of crimes or category murders which reported in the year 2006. So we have various stations in a particular state, and I want to see in which station how many crimes reported in the year 2006. So I just call the function name here and pass your province name, that is Western Cape. It's one of the states. Pass your crime data, pass your police data, police bounds, and the category of the crime, year also, and show plot. So when you execute this, you get the horizontal bar plot. Here we have stations on the y-axis, and here you have the occurrence or reported cases per each station on the x-axis. You can also check for other year by passing the year name, year number. Not just this, you can pass different provinces. So it works in a similar way. So this is about bar chart. Coming to plotting the stations on the map. So I have written another function. So we have plot stations by province, which takes these parameters. And then I'm just getting the years, and the function which we wrote above is getting called in this function. Here we are extracting the data by the province and the year, all that stuff. And also I'm plotting that according to the district. So in a district, how many stations are there and how many cases were reported in that station. So we can visualize that using GMap. It's very simple. So I have another pop-up messages for whenever I want to click the coordinate value. Pop-up has to be showing the name of the station along with the how many number of cases reported. So we can see the plot. Now when I just call this function by passing the parameter values, so it takes some time to load the map. Yeah. So we have this visualization. So this borders that you see, it represents each district, and we can see how many stations are there in each district. And when you just click on the marker, you can see the station name along with the cases reported. And this is for murder category, crime category murder. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can also remove the layers. You can just untick this, get it back. You can remove the Google Maps, which is the default map on the in the GMap feature. So you can, yeah, you can do all sorts of things. So this is just plotting the coordinate values. So we can do other stuff like when you observe here. So we have in each district we have multiple stations, right? So we can somehow get the chloroplat map of this data also. So for that purpose, I downloaded other additional data sources which I already loaded the data. So this is the additional data which I needed for that. So we can read it and we can actually get the chloroplat map of number of stations per district. So here I have a function, another function which plots the chloroplat map, and this function performs spatial join, which is which deals with geospatial coordinate values. So what it does is, imagine you have a point and you have a polygon. You want to see if the point is inside the polygon or not, and you want to join accordingly. So spatial join is a handy function for you to do it. It's very simple. You can just get that function working by GeoPandas package. So I'm just having these parameters in this function, getting the data and filtering the districts by the selected province. And here I'm doing the spatial join. So this data contains points of the police bounds, and this data contains the districts. So I want to see if the point exists in this district or not. So, and accordingly, I want to neglect the point, rather take the polygon. So for that purpose, I'm doing spatial join. It's very simple one-line code for you to do. It's very simple. And I'm just again getting the map, GMap. And here I have another functionality. So whenever I want to hover on the district, it has to show me some description like the district name, number of cases, the year, and the category of the crime. Let's just execute this and see the result for ourselves. So again, it takes some time to load because we are doing some advanced functionalities here. Yeah. So we have this chloroplat map, and this is the state Gauting. So when I hover on the chloroplat area, it displays the Yeah, it displays the description, district name, the year, crime category, and the number of cases reported in that district. Likewise, we can hover and we can see the data. Again, you can remove the layers and you can get it back. It's very simple. So this is one functionality. Moving ahead. So this we are filtering according to year. Okay, this above. Yeah. What if you want to get all the crimes reported in all the years, whatever happened? So for that, I'm having another function which is mainly used for that purpose. So it just fetches the data by the province and the category, not by the year. And I'm converting the result into geodata frame, and it has some functionality. So I'm calling this function in another function, and using this, I'm plotting it. So again, I'm doing a spatial join, and yeah, we can plot the data now. Now, when I call this function, it loads the map, and you can see the chloroplath result. Yeah. So again, when you hover on the area, you get the description. It's a nice interactive way to get to know about the data. So yeah. So you can change the inputs, you can change the parameters to get the map for that province, and you can select the category also. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked it. So let me know what you think, and yeah, thank you all.